Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Garlic is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we're back in the Steaping Cave with the survivors of Byre Tor. So you remember on the previous episode we met Thane Aldstan, but he has died from his wounds. And now we are left with Ránmald, who is pregnant, as you can see in here. We didn't point this out on the previous episode, but here you have it. Very clear, her pregnancy. And I think, yeah, let us grab a picture of this. Over here, Garlic. Don't get on the frame, please. Yeah, that's right. Something like this. Okay, so once again, the roof is dead, and well, we've been asked to go and get some rest, so we'll see what's the reason behind that in just a moment. So, where do we need to go? Like around this corner, it seems, and we have, of course, more of these annoying snowy grims. But okay. At least it was only one of them. A place to rest. Where is that exactly? Wild foxglove. Okay, wait a moment, because this is part of the blooming in the snow deed. These flowers are scattered all around Wildermoor, not one specific area. So we have already missed a few of them. And I hope at some point we will get a chance of revisiting the other areas to get those flowers nearby. A rocky overlook offers a fine view of the north. A fine view indeed. Take a look at that. The Citadel and the Great River. I'm not sure if there is a way from the Great River into Wildermoor. I think it was not designed to connect each area, but some players were able to exploit this with their worsteds before they were limited outside of certain areas. But in any way, this is an amazing view. Amazing, really. So now we need to think, it seems. Meditate? What are we supposed to do? No. Yeah, I know, Garlic. I'm not sure either. What are we supposed to be doing? So let us try and move away from the spot and okay, thinking spot. We just need to use it. As you look at the green hills of the Great River untouched by Núrzum, you are filled with overwhelming grief and anger at the plight of Wildermoor. Oh my god, take a look at these people, of course. Kuthart, Tane Aldstan, Garsik, Grimgar, Humbald, Gaingar, Thrim, Wilnot, Garnot, Garford, Etzik, Kuthbald, and Alfred. The sound of women's voices from below startled you from your reverie. Women's voices. How am I supposed to find those women? through here, it seems. Let us try and avoid the falling injuries. I'm coming, I'm coming. Oh, hold on. Oh, for God's sake. Are they like around here, or did I take the wrong way? No, but I think this should be it. Yeah? Ah, okay. Yeah. Some more refugees.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Don't you come any closer. Stay back. The woman relaxes when she realizes that you are not an enemy. Yes, you escaped Byre Tor. We make north across the river into Errolsmith. There are others that went towards the Valewood. Madness. And others that went with the Thane's family who were pursued by Orcs. We believe this is the safest way. Okay, gotta return to Ránmald. I wonder what is the safest way. Well, not the safest, but the fastest way to return there to the cave. Because yeah, traversing the peaks of these mountains, like all mountain regions, it is a little bit tricky. But it seems it was not that hard. At least not this one. No, it's not here. Well, at least also we can avoid the fights in here, the Grims and the Snowcats, who only threaten you. But yeah, you don't need to do those fights, and thank God, because those Grims can hit really hard. Alright.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Other survivors. I agree with the others. It is madness to go into the Valewood. That forest is haunted.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I suppose you must leave to find the others then. I had hoped that you would be able to see us to safety again, Beriathan. You'd think upon Ránmald's difficult situation. She cannot travel far while pregnant, and the other women do not seem able or willing to care for her in her time of need. Yet, you must see to the others who fled the massacre at Byre Tor. They may be much in need as well. What is to be done? What do you want? I thought you only spoke with the nobility of the cave.
Ránmald, in her fragile state, needs the kindness of the other women encamped in the Steaping Cave.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
They do not accept me. Do you see how they will not stand near me? Without Aldstan or the Thane nearby, they will be openly unfriendly. I have always been kind to them, Beriathan. I must get used to being alone until the child comes. Ránmald is clearly isolated from the other women, a dangerous problem for a pregnant woman who must survive a harsh winter.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Let us be, meddler. You'd rather talk to the nobility than to us anyhow, eh? Helflat is indignant towards you for associating with Ránmald.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Don't involve me in it, stranger. I've no love for the girl either, even if the Thane wished things different. Ethiel will not explain despite the Thane's dying wish that Ránmald should be accepted. Now she must learn to fend for herself? We Byre Tor women can handle ourselves, so must she.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
She thinks she is better than us, that's why. Has ever since she came to our little town from the south, from some fancy city. Redwin resents that Ránmald is an outsider. The women are unconcerned by your frustration.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
You see, there is no hope to reconcile us. You ask Ránmald for a few moments to speak along with the women outside. Yes, I will be fine by myself. Take as much time as you need. Meet the women of Byre Tor at Aldstan's grave? Ah, okay. Thank you. Where's Aldstan's? Ah, okay. Why do you want to talk to us out here?
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
What now, Are you telling us how we should grieve for our own Thane? Aldstan is our loss, not yours. I know why the outsider brought us here. Jarl heard Thane Aldstan's dying wish. Mind ye, he died to protect us, the women of Byre Tor. No matter what our petty squabbles be with that girl. Okay, let me get, however, one last glimpse at Byre Tor. So what do you have to say now?
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
You ask Elflad of what squabble she speaks. What is the women's problem with Ránmald? It is no longer my concern. Now leave me be, meddler. You have struck me hard with grief, bringing me here to see my dear Thane in the ground. I'll be kind to the girl from now on. For him.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Why did you have to bring me here, Beriathan? I did not want to see him like this, buried, surrounded by wicked orcs. This was a cruel trick. Ah, it is a stab of pain to see Aldstan this way. It hurts. It hurts, I loved him so. We all loved him. I know how he flirted. We all thought he would marry Edhild. But then he met Ránmald far away and brought her here, and his intention stopped. It was clear to all of us how much he loved her. And we could not bear it, so we hated her. But you have shown me now, those days are done. So much jealousy and spite over a man who no longer lives. My spite is buried here. I will help his wife and his child.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
You heard right, Beriathan. I thought Aldstan would be mine forever, and he let me think so, until he brought Ránmald here. I'll never like her, no matter how hard you try to stir pity in my heart. When I look at her, I see that I was not good enough for him.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I shall miss ye, Aldstan. Edhild bows her head, and when she looks up again, her eyes are sharp and clear. I'll help Ránmald and see that the son of Aldstan, my future Thane, will survive this fell winter. I swear it on his grave. I've seen enough, ye troublesome meddler. Let us return to the Steaping Cave. I'll not give Ránmald any more trouble. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Steaping Cave? Okay.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Threadwind and Killflat were kind to me when they returned. Edhild is still cold, but I sense that she has changed as well. What did you say to them to make them change their minds? You tell Ránmald that it was private, but perhaps the women will tell her someday.
War is upon us. Down with Isengard!
Don't you worry no more, Beriathan. We were petty before, but there's a child coming, and we are women of Byre Tor. I've delivered plenty of babies. Ránmald is in good hands. Well, since we'll be settling in for a while until mother and child are fit to walk far, I'll be needing some firewood to get us started. See if the other ladies need anything for our stay, and then you must go and continue your heroism in the rest of Wildermore so we can get home again.
How could we possibly survive this?
I've been unkind to Ránmald for foolish reasons, I see it now. But we shan't let her be alone now, with her family gone and a little one on the way. If you fix me up with some weapons and basic supplies, I'll teach these others to fight, and we'll defend this cave to the very last. I hope the weapons aren't needed, but I should like to have them just the same. Go to the outskirts of Byre Tor and see what you can scrunch up. Try not to let any orcs see you. We don't want them following you back here.
How could we possibly survive this?
What we need most of all is milk for the child, or if worse comes to worst, meat for the spit. I tended a good herd for Byre Tor, and I'm sure some are still alive. Go out and catch some of the goats and bring them back. They're good creatures and they'll follow you. Well, I'm glad to see the women are now willing to work together. That is, of course, great progress. Here we have, once again, Aldstan's grave. Byre Tor. Poor town. But yeah, what hope we have? I mean, what can we aim to do? We barely escaped the town last time we were there. Pot of pride and gold. Are they gonna follow me everywhere I go? I hope not. Because I still need to collect many more things before I go back to that cave. They will find a way if you become separated, thank you very much. Because once again, I'm not ready to go back yet. Firewood in here. Well, that was easy. Collect access, cooking supplies, and weapons on the outskirts of Byre Tor, so that's where we are headed next. Now, how will I not attract the orcs' attention? Is my question. But I think at some point we are to return to Byre Tor. Maybe this is the time? I mean, I do remember some quests for defeating the orc leaders in town, but I'm not sure if that one is it, if this one is it. And of course we're doing our best not to attract attention. Token supplies. Weapon stash. Let us continue looking. Hatchet, okay. This is the mid hole, right? Well, very close to it, yeah. Two more weapons, one more axe. Horse of Byre Tor. Do we need to rescue the horses at some point? Okay, we have the last hatchet. And the weapon supplies are... Okay, I see one over there. Gonna be fun, right? Weapon stash, yeah. Thank God. Okay, back to the Steaping Cave. Okay, at some point we need to return here. I do remember that much. I questioned Wildermore relatively recently with my captain, but that is about 3-4 months ago, and I do remember coming back to Byre Tor. Or maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part. But it feels wrong living in a town in the hands of the Orcs, so if we don't get any quests to go to Byre Tor, I'm gonna go there myself and double check, just in case. High Knolls Blizzard, well, screw the High Knolls Blizzard, right? Lousy rewards, too much effort, I know. The goats have arrived safely, thank you very much. There we have them.
1,000 curses upon the Orcs!
Ethel gives the goats a fond smile. Poor frightened ears. We'll do our best not to eat you, little goats. We can keep each other alive, eh?
How could we possibly survive this?
Thank you, Beriathan. This will do well until we can move Ránmald safely out with the child.
1,000 curses upon the Orcs!
This'll do nice, Beriathan. We'll keep Ránmald warm until she's out of danger. Now, go help the other refugees. If they run into the Valewood, they'll need it.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Must you go look for them? I was hoping you could stay here. So you did me such kindness to make these women my friends at last. Hey, I say that you must search for survivors and help them as you have helped us. We will stay here and survive until it is safe to come out again. I hope we meet again, Beriathan. I have lost so much since Byre Tor was taken, but gained so much too. Definitely going back to Byre Tor. But now there is another question that presents itself. Do we go to... Okay, the cave and the epic all seem to lead to the same place. So it seems there's not an issue there. However, let me double check, because it seems we're almost done with the High Knolls, but we still have 3 quests to complete it, and I wanna double check the town, make sure we are not missing anything in there. I don't remember if, for example, the refugees will be the ones sending us back here. Or do I wait until we are definitely sent to the Valewood? Because, well, here we are back in town. And if there is no quest popping up, let us move on. And I'll make sure to double check this later. So this is when we are supposed to be coming to these peaks. You might remember that around here we came to the Hungry Path and we defeated some snow cats in the process, but who knows what else we can do now that we are coming to this area. What else are we gonna unlock? What is this? Discover the lonely hide. Okay. You spot a small home and smell a cooking fire. Wow, what are you doing here?
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
I saw you below, stranger, and wondered if you would venture this way.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
If you're in a rush to get under those trees, I saw a campfire just to the southwest not long ago, shortly after the sacking of Byre Tor. Not a good sign for folk to flee under the root of those trees. Balewood is haunted, you see. Those people need help, if you ask me, but none are brave enough to venture there.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
You ask the man if he needs any assistance since you are passing through. No, thank you. I keep to myself up here and I like it that way. But if you want to know what's amiss up in the store, the wildcats are more vicious than usual. You might want to look into the matter if you have time. Oh, and watch out for them crows. They're new. Do we need to fight cross? Yeah. You feel unfriendly eyes on you in this part of the knolls wherever you go. Crevine dot the peaks in the western high knolls. Saruman spies reporting all that goes on back to their corrupted master. So, examine goats, defeat Crevine. Got it. Okay, well, here we have one crow. Select their peaks. Oh, come on. Okay. Do it. At least this time I didn't forget to use the body. What's up, girlie? Do you need something? Or are you worried about the people of the High Knolls as well? Come on over here. Not sure why I'm having so many troubles finding a hungry path now. I think that's where we should be going. But for whatever reason... we're not getting there. Now, peaks of the high knolls. We're missing the Grimsberg. Wonder which one is it, and if there is a quest related to that location so that we can find it. Otherwise, we'll need to do so on our own. Oh, no, wait. Don't fall there. Let us try and look for a different way. The hungry pots, yeah, thank you. So this is the point in which you would have gotten that quest to defeat hungry snowcats. This goat has died of starvation. The creatures of Wildermoor are showing signs of fading. And you remember that quest for the hungry snowcats also mentioned that, well, the goats are dying, and as a result the cats are also starving, so it's a vicious cycle. And as you can see here, these hungry snowstalkers do attack you on sight, unlike the other snowcats that we have found around the high knolls, which just threaten you until you run away. No, they will not make any concessions for you. More about the high knolls blizzard? Yeah, no, thank you. Starving in the snow. You have examined many starved goats in the western hills of the High Knoll. The signs of an epic struggle to survive are apparent all over Wildermoor. Yeah, things are not looking good for anyone in Wildermoor. Absolutely anyone. Okay, and that's it for Crevine. Find the largest caravan to bring the pigs back to Saruman? Okay. Anything else you need, Eglaf? No? Okay. Let us look for the large caravan then. I can only imagine Saruman's gonna be thrilled when he returns. And maybe this place we're going to in looking for this caravan is the last peak that we need to complete it? No? Wishful thinking? Okay. This caravan is bigger than the others and seems to know that you have a message for it to bear to Saruman. These little spies are most perceptive. You wrap the pigs in a cloth, tie them to the caravan, and shoo him off. Saruman must be taught that all will resist, all will defy him wherever he imposes his cruel will. You have defied Saruman as best you could from this remote location. Hopefully he will be vexed by the affront. Yeah, completed quests of the High Knolls. Savior of the Lost. So, that's what we got in here. 5 LOTRO points. You have done a great deal to aid the people of the High Knolls. 5 LOTRO points. Now we can technically look for Nona's cave. We are not far from it. This is still technically the High Knolls, right? Because maybe we'll get those quests to return to Byre Tor now. This may be the entrance to Nona's cave, but there's only one way to know for certain. Ah, okay, this one. Oh, there you are, Nona.
I am glad to see you. Really, I am. But I cannot leave these people.
My friends, I am glad to see you. Really, I am. But I just cannot... I cannot leave these people. I found them dying in the snow, and I brought them here, but they have not yet recovered. I will not abandon them now. Nona lowers her voice and speaks privately to you and Horn. I rescued 4 folk from that city, and while 3 of them are now doing much better, I fear the 4th may succumb. Speak to them, if they will speak to you, and there may be something you can do to ease their recoveries. I am glad to see you, Beriathan and Horn. I just... Nona trails off and will speak no more for now. And well, here Nona will give you access to the next book, but we're gonna wait a little bit longer before doing that.
You're a friend of Nona? She is a remarkable girl.
I did not know that Unlandings had the capacity for kindness. He coughs weakly. My name is Elda, and when the Orcs came to my city, I picked up sword and shield and thought to fight. But a great piece of masonry crumbled not 2 yards from where I stood, and... Elda shudders with a memory. I awoke in this cave. I think the Orcs thought I was dead. I am fortunate Nona found me, or I would be dead.
Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine.
My name is Emma. Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine, and a friend of my family's, though most of them be dead. The city had no chance. The Orcs climbed the stony cliffs around Byre Tor under cover of the night, and by morning the unnatural snows had come. We could fight against the Orcs, even such orcs as this, but there was more. A great shadow in the darkness. Odudine, Léodwig, okay.
I never thought I would owe such a debt to a Dunlending.
I am Elgifu, friend of Nona. I saw to the horses of Byre Tor, Beriathan, and it was their panic that saved me. I was given warning enough of the orc attacks that I was partway down the hill when the giant... Elgifu trails off, visibly upset by the memory. All of us owe our lives to Nona. I never thought I would owe such a debt to a Dunlending, but there it is. Elda, Emma, and I would be dead were it not for her ministrations. I do not know the name of the other man she saved. I do not recognize him. He may not be from Byre Tor. This may be heartless, but I fear he will die before I learn his name. That is a sad truth, indeed. Who are you? This man is close to death, and his sightless eyes cannot focus on you. You wonder what it is he is saying, and hope he soon will find peace from it. So, let us talk to Nona again.
Do you see now why I cannot abandon these people?
I have to know they are safe. I have been speaking with Horn and he understands. Nona turns the full force of her scowl upon Horn, who seems to have lost his voice temporarily. He understands, she continues. Thank you all for the root vegetables also. I will see if that will help spur the recovery of those in my care. I fear it will not be enough for the dying man in my care.
Emma told me the apothecary was attacked early during the fall of Byre Tor.
I am a warrior of you, Clued, friend. I am no poet. I do not know this man's name, and none of the others I brought here have seen him before. His eyes do not see me, his health is failing more rapidly with every hour that passes. He is a dying man, and that is what I call him, though it seems cruel. I fear if nothing changes he will not live much longer. Ima told me the apothecary was attacked by the Orcs early during the fall of Byre Tor, and they stole many useful poultices and medicines. If you can recover these dried herb bundles from Orcs throughout the high knolls, we might use them to slow this decline, for a time. Well, let us go. Let us help this poor guy. Orcs in the Byre Tor, so... Well, in the high knolls actually, but going back to Byre Tor seems to be the best course of action. And we don't need to be stealthy for this quest, so the full force of our wrath will fall upon them. Let us go. I wonder, is this the time in which we are supposed to get more quests for Byre Tor? I seem to remember there was a quest for defeating the Orc leaders, I already told you, so I just hope this one is it. So let us try and look for one of those orc bosses and let us have a go on him. I know there is a quest, but what I don't remember is if that quest will be part of the epic. Maybe, because as far as landscape quests go, it seems we are already out of quests in the high knolls. So we got the herbs we came for. Let us go back to the cave. No, oh, what? Yeah, this land was also ravaged by Núrzum, you can see that. Now let us see what else do we find in Nona's cave. What's the next step? Hopefully that giant man will recover. I have a slight suspicion of who he is, and I hope I'm right, but I'm not sure, so we'll need to find out about that.
The smoke of burning herbs was often used in Lonoch. Will it work here?
These are just what I wanted, Beriathan. Now go to the other chamber and throw these bundles onto the fire. I hope the smell of the burning may revive him somewhat. It was a common practice in Lonoch, and perhaps its magic will operate here as well. Let us try that. Oh yeah, he's much better now.
Who's there? Are you a friend?
The giant, The giant returns! The man struggles violently for a moment before breathing deeply and attaining a measure of calm. I am Léodwig, the son of Harding, Elder of the North March. I came into Wildermore to learn what... well, no use. Separated from my men, the storm arose, lost in a gale. Léodwig twists and turns before settling to a calm once more. The giant's name is Núrzum. He brings the snows and the wind, something he carries, I think. He saw me in the snow near the city. I was lifted in the air, a thunderous blast of hot air, and then... Léodwig shakes and will say no more, but the odor of the burning herbs seems to have broken him out of his stupor. Kodudan.
He lives, for now, and is the very man we came here to find.
Léodwig, the son of Harding. What would Harding say to know his son was saved by a Dunlending girl? Perhaps it is best not to think of that for now, Beriathan. I can piece together some of his story from what he has said. He was separated from his men when the storm arose. That must have been Núrzum approaching. He made for the most peaceful landmark he could find. It must have been the hill upon which Byre Tor is built. Ill fortune for Léodwig, for that seems to have been Núrzum's destination. We must do something about Núrzum, but what? He is too strong for us to fight directly. Could we trick him in some way? I will think on it, Beriathan, but I cannot promise a solution will present itself to me.
Everywhere we go, we find rumor of this giant, this Núrzum.
You say that the man Nona has been trying to kill is the very man for whom we sought. Léodwig, the son of Harding. We found him, but it will be a bittersweet victory if he dies. Everywhere we go, we find rumor of this giant Beriathan, this Núrzum. What can we do about Núrzum? We cannot engage him in combat, that much is clear. Attacking his feet might prove possible if we could somehow avoid the attacks that were sure to follow. And by all accounts, he brings the storms of winter with him wherever he treads. That will limit visibility and make it difficult to strike him. I have no military mind, Beriathan. Núrzum seems invincible to me, but we will need to destroy him or Wildermore will not be safe. I do not know what to do.
The old ways are best, it seems.
I am heartened to know the magic of the healers of Lanark works even in the land of the Horse Lords. The most injured of my charges is named Léodwig, and he is the man for whom you sought, Beriathan? What a wonder that they should be one and the same. My father Subult would find some meaning in this, but for me I see fortune only. Still, it is a happy fortune if he lives. That is not yet certain. For as long as the giant lives, the people are in danger. What will we do about Núrzum? What do you think, Léodwig?
I am no warrior. I am only an aged musician.
I have nothing to contribute. What can I do against such a ferocious creature? I am no warrior. I am only an aged musician. Even Theoden King had no more use for me.
What am I saying? There is still something I can do.
Wait a moment. What am I saying? There's still something I can do. For the first time you can remember since arriving in Wildermore, Léodwig favors you with a smile. How can I have forgotten my own lessons? When I was instructing Horn in the ways of music, one of the very first things I taught him was that the minstrel's greatest power is that of inspiration. Music lets us shine a light into the darkest corner of our heart, bringing it into hope and good feeling. When Horn was still young, I told him this, for I believed it, and I believe it still. Speak to the survivors of Byre Tor in this cave, Beriathan, and find out what it is they desire, and then make it happen. Léodwig's smile is even more broad this time. What? You are the adventurer here, Beriathan. I am sending them hope, that is all. I am sending them you. Alright, before we do that though, we have unlocked a new interlude on Léodwig's map, so let us do that. Your eye is drawn west across the map, beyond the borders of Rohan, and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has become of Halros and the Great Company since you left them. Let us see. Meanwhile in Dunland, Halros has been awoken for his shift at the Night Watch. I think this session play should be short enough for us to be able to see it during this episode. So let us do just that.
Meanwhile, in Dunland, Horus of the Dunedain has been woken for his turn at the watch.
So here we have Prestadir and some unnamed rangers. I am sorry to wake you, Halros, but it is time for your watch to begin. These last few hours have been quiet, and it was a struggle at times to keep my eyes open. I will be glad of the sleep. There is a good place to watch among the trees just to the west. I will show you. This way. Lead the way, Prestadir. Is this? Yeah, this is the camp. Well, the place where we said farewell to the Grey Company. Right here, Halros, among these trees. This one's over here. Well, go to sleep, Prestadir, and I will stand watch. For the first hour of your watch, nothing stirs. We just need to keep standing here. In the second hour of your watch, your mind wanders. Seems to be. In the third hour of your watch, you hope the Shire is protected without you. In the fourth hour of your watch, did that shadow move? Investigate your uneasy feeling. That was a Falcon Clan scout. The camp is about to be attacked. Halros, what has happened? Well, wake up, all of you, Prestadir. Where is Prestadir? Back to Halvarad and prepare for the Falcon Clan attack. Halvarad, good to see you again. I thought this would happen one of these nights. We may not have much time before the Falcon Clan strikes. You three slip down the hill to the side and see if you can approach our attackers from behind. Halros, Prestadir, come with me and we will see if they can listen to reason. You three find out the number of our foes. There you are, Prestadir. Show yourself, Falcons. Even a sleeping Dunedain cannot be surprised by the like of you. So it would seem. When you were imprisoned in the caves, my father showed you mercy. I will not make the same mistake. Kill them, my warriors! So we're gonna defeat her. Not take her as a prisoner, that's for sure. Or is she gonna escape? How is this gonna end exactly? To me, my warriors! And when are the reinforcements coming to? Oh, come on, how many of them do we need to fight? I will not return to my father in disgrace. Better to die here than return in failure. Well, that's your own wish. So be sure to grant that to you. It is over. Farewell, Meyer. Your father will join you soon. There is no honor to be had by attacking a sleeping foe, Halros, but we should have expected nothing else from the Falcon clan. Meyer learned to adapt tonight, to her sorrow. We have not repaid Léodwig and the Falcon clan for our losses, not by a wide throw, but we have shown them our claws. We are all fortunate you have such alert senses, Halros. I am glad you journeyed south with us for this reason and many others. Look, dawn breaks. Your vigil for the night is ended. Let us break our fast and see to the coming of the day. Alright, so there we have it. I wonder if you have Halros stay in the Shire, how this will be different. Will we get a session play of Halros in the Shire, or will he be replaced by another ranger for this particular session play? I'm not sure. I have only kept Halros in the Shire with one character, and that character is not in Wildermore yet, so I cannot tell you, but well, I reckon a quick visit to the wiki should give you the answer you need, but I would still like to see that for myself, so maybe I can show you that at some point. And yeah, answer that question for all of us.
I'm still not myself, but I will do my best to speak.
Léodwig rubs his eyes blearily. What do I want? I want revenge upon that great lumbering giant. Núrzum. He slew my men, almost devoured me. Whitfara. You tell him that Whitfara survived the encounter with Núrzum and made his way back to Shieldpeak where you met him. Ah, very well, glad. He was a tough one. In the snow I could not see the way to go. Núrzum must be defeated, or... Exhausted by the effort, Léodwig leans back and can say no more.
I cannot bear to think of the horses tied up in the stables of Byre Tor.
What is it I want? That is an easy question to answer, Beriathan, because my sleep has been troubled by the same thought over and over. Did I do wrong by the horses in Byre Tor? Elgifu frowns. Were it not for the horses at the stables in Byre Tor, I would not be alive today. I am certain of it. Their panic caused me to learn of the attack with enough time to make it part way down the hill before the snowstorm covered everything, and with it came the giant. I cannot bear to think of those horses still tied up at the stables, helpless against the Orcs. What do I want? I want you to untie the horses at the stables in Byre Tor and let them run free. That will give them the same chance I had of escaping a cruel death at the hands of the Orcs. Alright, so remember we were checking those horses before, so it seems this will be the quest that will have us go back to Byre Tor. Hope I'm right.
What is it I want? I want the Orcs driven from Byre Tor.
I want to return to my home. Hilda sighs. That will take some doing, will it not? There is something else though. The thing that most stirs my heart, most fills me with anger against the Orcs, is the brief sight I had before the chunk of masonry took me from the battle. I saw the Orcs looting a house, the house of one of my neighbors. They had found a wooden carving of a horse, a crude thing, to be honest, of poor craft, and were waving it about. It meant nothing to them, but I knew it for what it was. It was a child's first attempt at carving. It would mean little to most, but to that boy's family it was no doubt priceless. I cannot bear the thought of such heirlooms in the hands of the Orcs, Beriathan. When you return to Byre Tor to satisfy the requests of my fellows, please remember to recover such things from the Orcs you slay.
I remember the names of the Orcs that led the attack. I want them slain.
What do I want? I have already told you. I remember the names of the Orcs that led the attack on my friends and my family, Beriathan, Byre Tor. I want them slain. Ima thinks for a moment. Do not misunderstand me, my helpful friend. I want them slain, but I want them to know it was a woman of Byre Tor that has ended their lives. Perhaps this will suffice. Find and slay either Foshnu or Kritar. Save one of them for me. When I am well enough to fight, I will seek out the one you have spared and fulfill my vengeance upon him. You will find Foshnu or Kritar somewhere within my city. And in a few days, I will find the remaining one and end his life. We are agreed? Absolutely. So yeah, this is the quest that will send us back to Byre Tor to defeat the orc leaders and some extra tasks. But that will have to wait for the next episode. Join me next time and we will finish with our quests in Byre Tor. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care. Good luck to you all and I will see you later.